This is Ipanema, and wow, we haven't seen anything like this for quite a while.
There are thousands of people along this beach. When you look out into the crowd, there's like no blank space.
In Rio.
Hello from Rio De Janeiro, Brazil.
You guys might be wondering what Brazil is like, or especially Rio at this time. We are about to show you. We're gonna go down to this beach right here.
So this is Rio during the pandemic.
This is Ipanema. This is Ipanema, and wow, there are so many people here. We haven't seen anything like this for quite a while.
This is probably the most packed beach I've ever seen. You would never guess a pandemic is going on.
So we went to Peru, we went to a couple states, 4 or 5 states in the US, we went to Mexico, and nothing was quite like this. Selling drinks on the beach, everyone's drinking alcohol and partying.
So our goal during this video is to show you exactly what it's like, what to expect in Rio. So while you're by the beach, I would say about 80% of people are not wearing masks. And when you're inside of the city, not really by the beach, you're more by the buildings and stuff and restaurants, I'd say about 50% of people wear their masks. When you're inside of restaurants, you are required to wear a mask, or if you're in a shopping mall or something like that. But when you're outside, no one's really regulating it. Tourist sites are open for the most part. We've seen a few restaurants that are closed, but as far as the main things to see, like Christ the Redeemer and Sugarloaf, those type of things are open right now.
When you come to the beach, it seems like the pandemic isn't even happening. It probably looks pretty much exactly like it used to look before all of this happened. Most people on the beach, they're not wearing masks at all, and there are thousands and thousands of people acting no different.
Tons of street vendors, everything. And we were talking to a local, and we asked him, is it any different now than it was before the pandemic? He said, not really, it's about the same.
The government is liberating everything. If you go down here in the Leblon, Ipanema, during the night, you'll see the bars, the restaurants. You can walk on the sidewalk because a lot of people drinking, dancing. They don't mind about anything. Without mask, they don't use masks.
So we can't speak for every country, but for our experience coming from the US to Brazil, they didn't require anything additional. We didn't have to have a negative COVID test, nothing like that. So they're pretty free and open right now.
So buses and hotels, they seem to be operating pretty normally right now. One thing we noticed is we tried to book a hostel, but it looked like there were no reviews since March. And so most likely those hostels are closed, even though they would allow us to book them, but we're still not really sure.
So we've been using Airbnb, and that's been working great, and airports are open, flights are functioning as normal. You just have to wear your masks.
So it really hasn't been that difficult or that much different to travel here, we think, than during normal times. We haven't really had to take too many precautions or any of that. As far as COVID goes, just, you know, wearing your mask most of the time, which only some people do. It's kind of up to them.
So as you can see, there are thousands of people along this beach. When you look out into the crowd, there's like no blank space. This is insane. We personally like more quiet beaches, but to show you guys what COVID is like, here it is.
It's very interesting how differently each country is handling this situation. With Brazil, at least at this moment, it seems like they're taking a more loose approach. So I guess they did have a lockdown, they closed things down. Who knows what the beaches were like, but at least the main attractions, our taxi driver told us that they were closed. But now it seems like they're all open. We've been doing things all over the city. Nothing has really given us a problem. So that's the approach they're taking now. I think they're done with lockdown, they're done with all that, and now they're just maybe letting it take its course. That's what it seems like.
So like Alex said, it is just really interesting because Brazil isn't doing that great with their cases, yet they're taking a loose approach. The US isn't doing well with cases, but I don't think you're gonna find places quite like this. A lot of things are still shut down.
We spent 6 months in Peru and pretty much everything was closed there. We were on a very, very strict lockdown, but then cases started to rise again very quickly. So we don't really know what the right approach is. Some countries seem to be doing better than others.
People are wearing masks as they walk by. Hardly anyone.
There are a couple, but look, nobody else here.
So we knew that Brazil took a loose approach to the pandemic, but I don't think we ever thought it would be quite like this. It seems completely like it would be normally. We decided to walk on this middle lane here so we can avoid all the crowds and people.
Okay, we had to get out of that madness at the beach, and we wanted to show you a different side of what's going on in this city. So we're walking a little bit out of the beach area, but we're still in Ipanema. Let's show you what a restaurant experience is like.
So whenever you enter into a restaurant in Brazil, they make you wear your mask, and then once you sit down and start eating, you can take it off. They have these buffets all over Rio, and so we're gonna check one out. Alcohol sanitization station.
So this is a buffet during COVID. In Brazil, very popular, these buffets.
COVID in Rio. We're surprised buffets are really even operating.
It's been a long day filming with all the COVID stuff going on, and all the people, all the crowds. So I think we're done today. I'm glad we could give you a little bit of outlook into how Rio is and how the country of Brazil is right now during COVID. Pretty open, different than a lot of countries we've been to. So that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because we're traveling around the world and we're sharing it all with you. Please like this video, it really helps us out, and we will see you tomorrow.